All right, guys, welcome back to part 2 of the 4 hardest problems for the INTJ. So let's get right on to hard problem number 3, which is that INTJs have a low emotional tolerance.
You are a monster.
Yes, I am.
Okay, so in that clip, Kylo Ren understands what Rey is going through. He just doesn't care, which is a similar theme to a lot of INTJs. INTJs are not the most emotional types, to say the least, but when we do actually understand and take the time to invest on what somebody's feeling, most of the time, we do not care. We can be extremely robotic in the things that we're doing. So if we went through some sort of personal issue this morning, we're at work, we put it in a compartment and we go through the workday and boom, no big deal. However, a lot of coworkers may not be able to compartmentalize as well as the INTJ does. And this is a problem because when we come into contact with that person and there's a task at hand and say whatever they went through that morning is affecting them in the workplace, we will not have any tolerance for that. And rather than expressing empathy, rather than listening, we will go right to the task and be like, hey, like, come on, strap up your shoelaces. Let's go get this thing going. Come on, chop, 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 chop. We got things to do. And for us, it's no big deal. So I would encourage INTJs to realize that one of our hardest problems is a very, very low emotional tolerance. Point number 4, if it's not my idea, it's optional.
I have your answer.
So minus the male chauvinistic part, the principle still applies. The INTJ is all in on all ideas other than our own are optional. So if it's our idea, that is gospel. Everybody should be doing that. If it's not our idea, maybe. I've got the option route, maybe I'll do it, maybe I won't. And if somebody ever wants to call me out on it, doesn't matter because I'm gonna win that argument, okay? Now, one of the roles this becomes a big problem in the workplace is with our management. So if they have an idea that they really believe in with a policy or a project or something they want to do, the INTJ hears that and we believe it is optional. This can really bite us in the rear because if the manager doesn't see it as optional and comes up to us and we see it as optional, then it creates tension and conflict right away. When what we should be doing is if we do want to negotiate that policy or decision, then we go up to them and ask them, say, hey, I hear you, I hear your idea. In the back of my mind, we're like, that's the dumbest idea ever and it ain't gonna work. But we gotta put on this happy face and be like, hey, listen, boss, sir, ma'am, whatever, first name, is this idea negotiable? Like, can we talk about this? And that is the more mature way to handle it as opposed to sitting in the room and being like, nah, ain't gonna happen. All right, real tip. If you're an INTJ, who you work for matters. And you should not just work for anybody. We should find a manager that rewards divergent thinking. Okay, on this channel, you know how we cover things from a real experience lens. I try to give you personal illustrations. In short, we had a contract award situation where I had to go in there and decide the winner of a best contract based on how they bid towards a certain work that we had. And my opinion was different from the other 3 decision makers on that board. However, I was very, very, very confident as the INTJ that my opinion was right. So I pushed and I pushed and I pushed and I pushed. And what I would tell you is that even though as the INTJ, the contract that I believe should win actually won and I was right, it cost me all 3 relationships. And I can tell you right now, post-processing, it was not worth it. There will always be a time and a moment to be right. There will always be another chance to be the right person in the room. Sometimes, I'm telling you, it pays to just shut up and offer support to the opinion that you think is wrong. And then once that person realizes it, then you can be there to support them and be like, oh, okay, well, even in the back of your mind, you're like, I knew that was going to fail. Well, that's not very helpful. offer support, and go on. And then maybe at that time you can go with your decision. And now you've got your decision, your idea, and all the relationships. Go!
A few moments later.
We did it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for clicking. We just covered 4 of the hardest problems for the INTJ. Thanks for hanging with me. This is definitely going to be 2 parts. There's a lot of material in these videos, but I hope you're enjoying them. It's real shit. I hope you guys are liking it. Thanks for clicking. If you liked it, hit the thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe. Share it with anybody you think the content is appropriate for, and I will see you on the next video.